Welcome back into Coach's Corner here on Classic Hits 95.3 WCRL. And joining me on the phone is the head coach of the Southeastern Mustangs. That would be Michael Burkett. And Coach, the spring's over with, summer's over with, the fall is finally here. And how's the team been since the spring? And talk about the progress a little bit.
Well, first of all, Justin, I'm so glad you're doing this. We love doing this coach's show. I appreciate you having me on.
Mm-hmm.
As most people are aware, we had a huge number come out for a 1A school in the spring.
Yeah.
And, of course, like any football program that's ever existed, there's going to be a few that just can't quite make it to the fall. Sometimes those reasons are legitimate, and sometimes they just don't want to do it. You know, you don't ever know, and that's part of it. But we've made it through fall camp with 44 kids. And there's 44 kids that we're super excited about. And those of us who have been here since I started, you know, we had 17 on the roster the first year. So we see a lot of progress out of the kids just in numbers. And a lot of excitement down here in Rimlap right now. We've, got the field house going up. A lot of things are happening, and we're super excited about all of that. But as far as the kids' progress themselves, we had a great summer. Very pleased with our kids. We did give them an extra week off. We've got several kids who play 3 sports, and we felt like they just needed a break. You know, sooner or later, kids have got to be allowed to be kids.
Oh, exactly.
We wanted them to have a little bit of a breath of fresh air, and I think it did us a lot of good. We came back that third Monday in June and just hit the ground running from the get-go, and was super pleased and impressed with our kids' work ethic and desire to get better. And that's just sort of bled over into fall camp. We've got some questions to answer, especially special teams, where we lost our kicker the last 2 years. Harmon Barton was a great performer for us there, both in kickoffs and extra points and field goals. So we've got our work cut out for us there. And, of course, we missed Taylor Lewis and Jesus Rangel and Dakota Hanson, the 4 seniors we had last year. They were all 4 starters. And the boys have done their best to try to step up and take their spots as best they can.
Well, I know across the county there may not be a better combination of quarterback wide receiver, but Seth Wadsworth and Jordan Graham, talk about their presence on the offense.
They're special. It doesn't matter what level they're going to play at. They'd be special if it was 7A. There's just a great friendship between those two, and they share, of course, a great athleticism. Combined for a ton of touchdowns and yards and first downs last year. Of course, everybody's pretty much aware we set all kinds of offensive records last year.
Mm-hmm.
And those two are a big reason why. And we kind of had a makeshift offensive line at times. We probably started 8 or 10 different kids at various times last year. But we're super excited about the group we have. We got some kids back out that hadn't played in a few years. Trent Helvin is a 3-year starter at left tackle. Several of them are 2-year starters. And we feel like our offensive line's will be better than it's ever been. And I'm really proud of Coach Evans and the work that he's done with those boys, and really proud of the effort and work that those boys have put in. We probably practiced the offensive line more this summer than we've ever practiced them. You know, we've kind of been 7-on-7 heavy, and the linemen have gone home, and it's kind of showed up on Friday night. Well, this summer with a new offensive line coach coming in, and we were able to do a lot more of the legal practice. You can't put pads on and hit each other and stuff like that, but just the technique work. Really proud of the work the offensive line put in. So, yeah, we go as Seth and Jordan go, but if Seth doesn't have protection, then he's not going to be able to throw the ball to anybody, much less Jordan. So we really are proud of our offensive line and the progress that they've made.
Defensively, what are your expectations this year?
We got to have some kids step up, especially at linebacker. We feel like our skill guys can compete with anybody on the field, and we've just got to prove ourselves in the linebacker D-line spot. We lost one of our kids to a transfer that we really thought was going to be a great player for us, and he's now going to be a great player for a new school. So we may have to have some kids go both ways, which we were, even in 1A, we were hoping to avoid that, and that would be a special situation if we could have had all of our linemen going one way. But some of those guys are going to have to play both ways, and I feel like if we just tackle well, we have to improve our tackling. We were not very good tacklers last year. We'd be in great position and would not wrap up, and so we worked really hard on that this fall camp. We had more live tackling than I've ever been a fan of. We live tackled twice a week in fall camp, and normally I just do it once a week, but just felt like we had to do something to increase our tackling efficiency, and if we do that, I think we're going to be okay.
What are you expecting out of your region this year?
Well, I think I'm expecting what everybody's expecting, and that's the North runner-up, Addison, to be back where they were last year.
Mm-hmm.
They did have a good senior class, but, Addison just kind of reloads every year. And Addison's kind of who we're all chasing. Decatur Heritage had a really good quarterback that was a senior and a really good quarterback that was a junior last year, so they'll be in great shape. Summerton Christian has a former college head coach as their head coach now, and feel like they're going to be, scheme-wise, as good as anybody we play. Meek had a coaching change, and Coach Noah Wood has had a lot of success over a lot of years, and feel like Meek's going to be a little bit improved. And Lynn, kind of came out of nowhere last year, was a surprise. I think they started the season 6-0 and wound up making the playoffs. It's a tough region. It's a really tough region, and I feel like we're going to be in the mix this year, and we haven't been able to talk like that since I've been here. But the kids have worked extremely hard. Our kids are talented, and we've got to start expecting good things to happen to us because we're working hard enough for it too.
Before we get into mayhem on the mountain with you guys in Appalachian, did you watch the solar eclipse yesterday?
I stepped outside for a few moments, but like any good coach, I've got to practice.
There we go.
I've got to spend it actually happened during my prep period. Coach Anthony Reno and I stepped outside for just a second, and I had to come back in here and draw up some plays and make sure our practice schedule was where it needed to be and watch a little bit of film and those kinds of things. But I'm able to wear a T-shirt that says I saw it.
Well, here's the question. Did you go the Donald Trump route and with no glasses, or did you have protection for your eyes?
I actually watched that clip, and he only glanced at it for about a split second.
But long enough for the media.
That's how the media works. They get that still shot from the frame, and it looks like he's just gazing at it. The bigger question is, did you see Jeff Sessions look at the eclipse?
No, I actually didn't.
With his little hands folded, he looked like he was in love with the eclipse, and there's been a lot of funny stuff I've seen last night. As I was scrolling social media last night, I saw a bunch of funny memes of Jeff Sessions. But no, I wore the glasses. I appreciate the King Law Firm getting those glasses for all Blount County schools. Man, Blount County is such a great place to be. I've been other places. I've been in other states, and Blount County is just a fantastic place to be. There's a lot of people. The Educational Foundation comes to mind. A lot of people put a lot of effort into making our schools the best they can be, and Brett King's one of those, and I really appreciate him getting those glasses for our kids.
Well, and for the ones that don't know, mayhem on the mountain tonight between Southeastern and Appalachian here on the main station on Classic Hits 95.3 WCRL. It's a kickoff to the 2017 season, and Coach, it's a big one. Last year was a good game. We're expecting the same this year. But this year it's at Appalachian. Talk about Zach Jones and his team and what he brings to the table.
I love Zach Jones. Anytime you get in the room with him, he makes you want to play for him. You know what I mean? Like he's just a motivator, and he's a great coach with a great plan at a good school that works hard for him. And I know that they're going to be improved, and they're going to be a better team than they were last year. And our plan is to be a little bit better. That's just how coaches think. But Appalachian has a good tradition and a good coaching staff and some great kids up there that play extremely hard, and I'm expecting a great game.
Well, all right, Coach, we appreciate it. Southeastern taking on Appalachian tonight. Mayhem on the mountain here on the main station. Pregame 6:30, kickoff at 7. Coach, good luck in the game. We'll catch up with you.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back with more here on Coach's Corner. Classic Hits 95.3 WCRL.